What's good, everybody? It's your brother Mad Black, the brother who told you not to smoke that vape pipe out in a foreign country, but you did it anyway, and now your ass is facing 10 years in prison. And I'm black up in your face again with some more pro black commentary. Miss Brittany Griner. Now, she kind of holds a special place in my heart because she's one of the subject matters that I talked about on my channel when I first started doing these current event topics or just political issues in the black community. I talked about Brittany Griner because uh, she got caught up in a domestic violence case a few years ago, and her and her, uh, what I guess they were married at the time, so it was her wife. Brittany Griner slapped up her wife, and they got into a little altercation, and Brittany had to do some community service. I think they both got some time for that, and she was put on probation and everything else. So she's had it rough, okay. And the latest incident that Brittany Griner has gotten caught up in happened overseas in Russia, where she's playing basketball over there in Russia, and I guess she got caught out there smoking marijuana out of a vape pipe or something like that. Now she claims she didn't know that there was hashish oil and everything else in the pipe. She had no idea. She says she accidentally packed that, I guess. Now, I'm not coming down on her for smoking whatever. If she was smoking weed, me personally, I don't think that that's a bad thing. I think it does do damage to your brain. It's something that you shouldn't be doing. But as far as it being a law that the authorities like to come down on, I think that is ridiculous. Okay, but that's what she was doing in a foreign country. So not even in the United States. In the United States, she might have been better off if she got caught with it. But it happened in a foreign country where they just don't give a damn. And in a foreign country where they don't like black people either. Russians are extremely racist against black people. Okay? And, I saw a lot of people making comparisons saying that, well, if LeBron James got in this same situation, the United States would do something about it. No, they wouldn't. If LeBron James got caught out there with some weed in Russia, his black ass would be locked up just like Brittany Griner is going to be locked up. Okay? They don't give a damn about that stuff. They don't play that black male, female privilege nonsense that you guys think goes on here. They wouldn't do that. You're black, your ass is going to prison. Okay? They don't care. And I do feel bad for Brittany Griner's family. I think this is a really bad thing, I do pray for her safety because I can imagine that the prisons here are bad. I know the prisons in these foreign countries are bad. It's got to be bad in Russia. I haven't studied many Russian prisons, but I know the criminal element is bad. I've learned a lot about the Russian underworld and the sick things that they involve themselves in. You want to talk about how black men treat their women bad. Russian women treat their women, they sell their children into sex slavery. Okay? So the criminal element is real bad there. And if she has to go to a women's prison, that's going to be tough. Because I know those chicks are about it. I mean, Russia had women fighting in the Second World War. Not as nurses and, just helping out with supplies and stuff. They had women actually fighting in the war. They had women snipers, women pilots, women soldiers, and everything else. So those women are hard body. Okay, so I already know if she goes to a women's prison, she's going to be in trouble. It doesn't matter how big she is. Now, she's big and tough compared to the women here, yes. Brittany Griner, she's a big girl. She's got some big hands, too. That's why I felt bad for her wife, or her ex-wife, I guess. They're not married anymore. I felt bad for her ex-wife because Brittany Griner's got some huge hands. Those hands look like hatchets. That hand's like a damn tomahawk coming down on your head or something. But comparatively, if Brittany Griner goes to a Russian prison, those little Russian women would probably be able to knock her out. So I do pray for her safety if she does wind up going in there, and hopefully her celebrity somehow protects her, because it has gotten a lot of international news now. I know for a while she had just disappeared, and I was afraid of that because Russian government is known for that too. They make their politicians disappear. So it probably wouldn't be nothing for them to make an American WNBA star disappear either. But the only thing I want to say about the whole Brittany Griner thing, outside of her personal issues, I do hope that she stays safe. I would hope that she could come home and not have to do too much time there. But as far as the story itself, I've noticed that this story is very politicized. The election season is coming up, so they're doing a lot of these black man versus black women stories. They're already trying to build that narrative that she's being mistreated for being a black woman, even though she has never claimed to be your typical black woman. To the point where I don't even think she wants to be a woman. She dresses like a man. She's had her breasts removed and everything else. She doesn't. It's not like she's a little dainty girl out there. Like I said, hands like tomahawks. But they're still trying to build that narrative of the black woman situation versus the black man. Like I said before, if any NBA star, black male, got locked up in Russia or wherever, his ass would just be locked up. They're not going to go out on a limb for some black celebrity. Are you crazy? I don't know where you guys think what kind of world you think we live in. Like they just make special allowances for black men somehow. Black men get it the worst. There are black men who have gone over to places like China and Saudi Arabia and just turned up dead and nothing's happened at all, or just come up missing. This happened several times. You see a picture of them and then they're just gone. Their family will be concerned about it, but the media doesn't really give a damn. So I don't know where you guys think black men get some sort of special treatment, but I will say that I don't like that whole black man versus black woman thing. It's nonsense. And like I said, political season's coming up, so the Democrats, especially a lot of these liberals, will play that whole black women getting treated worse than black men nonsense, and they want you to fall for that. And they're going to feed black women's ego saying you're the best thing, you're going to save the republic and all this other bullshit. Don't fall for that, okay? But the only other thing I will say about this is, based on Brittany Griner's history of domestic abuse, I thought we did not support abusive people. I thought we didn't support women beaters. I guess it's different because she's a woman still. She's a woman that beat up another woman, so I guess that's different. That's what people are telling me on Twitter anyway, saying it's not the same thing because she's a woman that beat up another woman, and besides, they were fighting each other. I was like, okay, now if this was a black man who beat up his wife and was being locked up in a foreign country, y'all would be like, oh, to hell with him. He's a woman beater. Let him rot in prison. He should have been locked up already, right? But, different strokes for different folks, as my grandfather used to say, right? All right, so what do you guys think? Let me know what you think about Miss Brittany Griner in this situation. Like I said, honestly, I do feel bad. I don't think people should be locked up for smoking marijuana wherever they go. But you do need to be aware that if you go to a foreign country, you need to follow the rules, really. Because they don't even let white Americans get away with nonsense in these foreign countries. Okay, we all remember when I was in middle school, there's that famous story about the little white boy that went over to the Singapore and had littered, and his ass got caned for that. And I know white people, they were all shocked and hurt and upset about that. I didn't give a damn. I mean, he got an ass whooping. He should consider himself lucky he didn't have to go to prison. He got a little spanking and got to come home, really. We get it worse here. But yeah, they in other countries, they don't play that nonsense. If you break the law there, they treat their own citizens bad. You can just come up missing, and that's it. And I can imagine the conditions in a lot of these prisons is horrible. I mean, we're talking about Russia, the former Soviet Union. It's rough over there, real rough. You got, if you think white people are dusty here, there's some real dusty white folks over there. That's always funny to me. The place where the white folks are the dustiest, they're usually the most racist against black people because they're mad that black people might have some better success than they do somewhere, somehow. But they still somehow in their warped brain think that they're mentally superior to us. But, they live in dust and do drugs and do things worse than we do. They have murder rates higher than any American country here. But anyway, You folks let me know how you feel about it in the comments section. Anyway, Mad Black, and I will be back with my foot on these devils' back.